Yeah, folks, Quilly here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Liberal Crime Squad. Last episode was huge for us politically. We just kept raiding the conservative TV station and the AM radio station, and as a result, people are feeling fairly liberal in a number of different areas, although there's still some places to work, and I still have my master plan of trying to go and try to see if we can seduce the president. I don't know what that would do, if it's even possible, but there we go. Now, one of the things that's going to happen, I'm just going to skip ahead here. We got some people just filling a little bit of time in class. I'm going to skip ahead because Leroy is going over to Pawn Stars over here because I want to talk about something, because I did do a deep delve into the code and have a look around because I was talking about, I had a little bit of confusion about some weapon stuff and things like that. Now, I'm still slightly confused about something with the weapons. Hey, Quill from the future here. Turns out I was correct that I was still confused over here. After this video, I was like, I think I said some things that it doesn't make sense, doesn't feel right. So I took a look at the code again and realized that I wasn't correct in a couple of things. The ammo that is used for the M7 and the light machine gun is indeed available to purchase from the illegal arms dealer, one of the gang members, for example, if we want to do that. And I believe it will become available at the pawn store as well if the gun laws become more conservative or gun control gets lifted. So I left a section in here where I talk about things, but just to let you know, I'm pretty sure that I was incorrect in this video and I'm now more correct. And indeed, I can actually go and buy ammunition for the advanced military guns from the gang members, which I will probably do in the video after this. So the pawn stores, as well as the arms dealers, do sell 5.56 NATO ammo, which internally in code is flagged as, I think it's ammo 68 or something like that. Now, our light machine gun and the M7, which used to be called the XM7, uses 5.56 Army ammo, which is internally coded as cartridge 68. Now, this is a little confusing to me because they have very similar names, but they are coded as different entities. I didn't actually check which gun uses the NATO rounds. Let me just look for a second here. Anything else I want to do while I'm here? Well, we probably have some suits. We might have some loot. No, I have some loot in New York. Oh, which I could probably transfer. I think I couldn't transfer people from location to location, but I think loot could be done. So the AK-102 and the M4 carbine use the NATO rounds. Okay. And that's it. The M4 carbines are probably our most, like, well, and maybe the AK, I don't know. I don't know what their damage is, actually. This is something we do get the info of in-game, right? If I were to look at, let's get out of pawn mode here and look at the guns, we could get some stats on some of these. I guess we'd have to go to a gun dealer, like the underground arms dealer, to see the other ones, but okay, so they both fire 3 rounds per shot. The ammo, so the damage is determined mostly by the ammo. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the gun itself, so the NATO ammo does 160 points of damage, and both the AK-102 and the M4 carbine apparently fire 3-round bursts, so they seem to be equivalent. It makes me think those are probably our most reliable weapons then. And we might want to center around that. Okay. It's good to look into the code to get a little bit more info. I mean, if you're playing classic LCS, then you can just look at the wiki. But, oh, right. Oh, that's right. You can't get any more schooling. I forgot about that. If we go back to our squad over here. Yeah, I forgot that Garrett, even though you're not capped on computers, apparently taking classes does limit you to that. Okay, if I want to equip my current squad. So the M4 carbines, like I wasn't sure how good they were. It's pretty clear they're pretty good. So, and the AKs as well. Do I have? Yes, I do. There we go. So we're all on that, and this is all the same ammo. I guess it's great because it hasn't been reloaded. Okay, no ammo available here. However, if I go to review assets, review and move, and then pick legal over here, and I guess the ammo is near the end. Oh yeah, this has been cleaned up, by the way. The sort, the text. I think all 3 lines. I think Jonathan explained all 3 lines of text were maybe rendering on the same line over here. So that's a nice little cleanup. I guess I don't necessarily need to move all of it, but I guess it's going to move all of it. Shift and number will move all items. Oh, if I want literally all items, period. I was like, but it's moving a whole stack at a time. But if I want to move all items, period, to a new location, I could just shift and then hit the number location. Okay, that is kind of nice. And I mean, I guess there's no reason that I couldn't just do that. We do have a tank suit. We'll probably just sell a tank suit. Yeah. Okay, that's done. Equip squad. So, boom, 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 boom. So, I mean, everyone's got like multiple reloads for their weapons. I don't think I have to feed them any more than this. Okay. That makes me fairly happy. Okay, and the 60... Oh, no, they are different. Sorry, they're not both 5.56. It's 5.56 NATO and the 68mm Army. I was confused that I was referring to both of them but the same because I think in the data file, one's referred to as... I don't know. Maybe you can buy the 68 later with different gun laws. Maybe that's the difference. But anyway, we can't buy the ammo for the other weapons right now. I also did a dive through the code to see if maybe you could just find like pools of ammo at the army base. And as far as I could tell from digging to the code, ammo isn't something you can just loot directly. And since we don't seem to be able to remove loaded bullets from a gun, it doesn't look like we can like farm a bunch of M7s and then pull the ammo out or something like that either. So sort of a limited use end game thing. It's possible if we had no gun control laws at all, then we could go and buy more of this stuff, but we can't right now. So that's okay. All right. So as much as do I just peel off Petra? I don't know. I think I want to go. Oh, that's right. Nuclear power plant, but Petra is going to learn science because I think I remember seeing that you need science to be able to understand how to push the big red button. So I could just leave this go because yeah, she wants to do that. You're studying this. Right. Garrett. So you can't, I wonder if you could self-study computers to get above that. We might not need it. Let's have you study a bunch of disguise. Because we might do some sneaky things with you with your high disguise skill. Or something. And then Leroy. Oh, you're going to go back to... Oh, you're writing up to 9. That's nice. Tell you what, why don't you start streaming? So that's going to train up your persuasion. And I don't know if that's going to hurt or help with us doing our end of the month little leaks. But let's see. So let's wait some time. 13. I mean, there's no reason, I suppose, not to keep making these suits. Drug study. A new study has found that legalizing MDMA... I don't remember what this is. Is this ecstasy? I'm sorry, I'm not very cool and hip when it comes to these things. Could be the key to solving our economic woes. The researchers at Ho University discovered that... Oh, it's Liberal Guardian. Oh, I was going to say, wow, this seems like a really pro-liberal thing, but yeah, that makes sense. Regular MDMA use leads to improved ability to process trauma and grief, with some participants even reporting that they unlock the secrets of the universe. The tax revenue alone could be used for fixing roads, says Dr. Ko, lead researcher on the study. Plus, think of all the money we'd save in law enforcement and prisons, a win-win situation. Local drug enthusiast Laura Warman agrees. If everyone did a little more MDMA, we'd have world peace by next Tuesday. Wow, that sounds great. While slowly petting a cat, whispering detailed compliments about its fur texture. One thing that's curious about the drug, like the tax thing and stuff like that. It has been long enough that some states have legalized things, and in Canuckia, of course, it has been legalized countrywide. I haven't gone and done a big follow-up on like the tax revenues and things from these things and how, what that's looked at this point, right? You got to give the sort of a couple of years to sort of like even out. Right? Because sometimes you get a really quick burst because it's new and novel and then it peters out. Or you might have a situation where even being legalized, maybe it still takes people some while to adapt to it. I might do a bit of a dive after this to see, how things have changed and tweaked and has been successful or not. Okay. So am I still cool with this? Yeah. Petra, how's your sciencing? Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. Science. Okay. I mean, probably we want to get... I don't know if we need to max it to 10. I may say max because that's as much as we can get in school, but I think we can just burn through a bunch of time right now. We've got money. We got nothing to worry about. Reach your potential and dodge. Okay, so Teresa. Might not be a bad idea to have a little extra first aid. But I tell you what, let's do the firearms. That seems okay. And then Hakeem, how's your juice? Have you reached 10? You have reached 10. Okay, so you got a little bit of extra skill up, which does also increase your heart, which is good. You've got that very important 4 gap, because if we were to just remove you, I think like it compares heart to wisdom, but it adds 0 to 4 to the wisdom. And I'm hoping that a tie is okay, because we could release you. Your agility is garbage, so obviously you're never going to be a fighter. Some charisma, some... No, I don't know. I think we just remove you at this point. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to go to... Right, assign a task. Just so that I can remove your equipment. And then back out of the screen. Okay, which does return me here. Okay, maybe I don't have to use the assignment screen. Maybe I can just use this interface a little bit more. Well, the assignment screen is nice because it does filter for people, you know, so it's clear to see if they don't have it. Okay, I'm going to remove you. And I hope it's not a mistake. I mean... That's an interesting. What's going to happen? Presumably, like maybe it could increase my criminal record. Presumably what it does is just makes a bunch of heat because they know where we are. The heat's still only 13 here, so maybe we're okay. All right, let's just wait. Pass a class in science, suit. Okay, everything's stable. We'll go through to the end of the month at least and see what happens there. Like part of me is like, oh man, it's weird we're not doing anything. That's not true. Everyone's learning stuff and we got tons of money. And we're getting ready for our next thing. Okay, next month. So we're going to do this. I'm going to go cable news memos. I think shifting public opinion that way might be good. Liberal Guardian runs a story featuring cable news memos directing staff to prioritize crime coverage in which the suspect is black. Lara Alda's stream about this doesn't have much impact. Information is taken up by watchdog groups, but never really catches on. So, interesting that it's a stream as opposed to an article. Is this just based on whatever the last thing was? Because Leroy's writing skill is better than his persuasion skill. But it didn't default to using writing. It's also interesting that it's using Leroy. So I'm assuming, and I don't know, and you know what? I should check the end of the month processing rule set to see how that works. Because this would be useful to have information. Because this isn't, see, I'm trying to avoid getting spoiled too much on certain game mechanics, other than I need to check if I'm barking up the wrong tree. Like knowing that I apparently cannot raid the army base for the M7 ammo is kind of important to kind of know, right? If that's even a possibility. And this would be another thing, like how do we as collectively as a group determine who does this? I mean, Leroy's in the place with the streaming studio, fair, but that's been the case before and it was mostly, I think, writing articles. Right now, my assumption is, presumably if you have a pool of people who might be doing both the writing and the streaming, because you could have more than one, I'm wondering, well, first, we can write one of these articles even if no one is doing the writing or streaming. So I'm assuming you just do one a month period, no matter how many people do it. But I'm wondering if we had multiple people writing and streaming, if it would go through each one of those people and check their skill level in the appropriate thing based on what they did last. The last thing you did is stream, so we're checking persuasion. The last thing you did is write, so we're checking your writing, and then choose the best one. I don't know. These are guesses of ways it could be, but I might have to go and look at the code, try to understand that about it. But anyway, all right. Well, it didn't do huge things. Protect the unborn child, so those would be abortion laws. Did not become more conservative. Okie dokie. Thievery, plus 140,000 bucks. Damn, that was a good bank heist. Actually, we should just check. Back in Seattle, how's the bank there? It's open, but high security. And of course, there's banks in other places, but what do I need more money for right now? Right? The answer is nothing. And I'm making the suits mostly just to keep what's-her-face busy, but yeah, that's about it. And then our science is at a 6. I mean, it's getting up there. But I think I'm just going to keep chooching along here. Let's go. Da-da-da. Suit. I mean, she's capped on her tailoring skills, so she's not even training it. All right, Teresa's capped on firearms, which, I mean, I think we're just taking her from like a 6 to a 7 or something. 7 to an 8. I think that may have been it. Let's get you a little bit more first aid in case we do get some injuries out in the field. I'm just looking for more information about our computer skill. Shane, education, take class. I don't know if giving you martial art makes any difference. You don't have any very high skills for us to be like, oh, let's focus on this. I don't know. Maybe we'll give you driving because I think Shane may have been the person with the second highest driving. I thought it was Woodrow. I don't know. But it might not be a bad idea to have another driver depending on how we organize our squads. In contempt. Conservative federal judge has resigned in disgrace. Oh, again. Okay. No, these continue to be good for us. Yes, more liberal justicing. This is something that had a big conservative push. I don't know where in here the justices. Oh, there we go. 70% of people are for the appointment of liberal justices. Do we just want to hit some banks or some courthouses? In which, like, Petra does a really good job on her own, but we could go in, like, guns blazing at one of those places. I don't know. And we're going to continue plan. Okay, so you've maxed out... Seth has maxed out his dodge at a 10. Yep, okay. Take paid classes in... firearms. So you can get up to a 10 that way. And then, Petra, how's your computer skill? Well, it's not in your top 10. I go here, here, here. Petra, yeah, it's still at a 6. I mean, it is going to slow down, but that's okay. Third rate suit. New jobs. Several major new companies. I'm betting that's pro-corporate? Yeah, or, I mean, conservative corporate. Bad for us. Suits, reach potential and dodge. What the What the? That is so creepy. I do not like it. Oh no. Oh, with a wink. That's terrible. I hate it. A major cable news channel has hired a slick new anchor for one of its new shows. Guided by impressive advertising, America tunes in. That's not going to be good for us, is it? Yeah, big conservative swing towards cable news. We're going to have to go and raid them some more clearly. Sean, still want to do the nuclear thing, but we might not be able to do it. This episode might need some more training, and you know, we might have some itchy trigger fingers. We might not go and talk to people. We could go and send you on some disguise. Well, your driving could get up to an 11, which is impressive. Oh, let's go firearms. Wait. Advanced class in science. So what value is that? An 8. Okay. Part of me wants to go and do the nuclear thing immediately. I think we might wait until the next episode. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and hit these cable news networks because they have annoyed me and upset me. Let's go. Let's do a reload, making sure, there we go. Everyone's got their weapons fully loaded and ready to go. I would also love to find another cable news thing and hopefully do a better release for it. Maybe put what's-his-face back on writing, since we seem to do a better job with that than streaming. I'll have to check his charisma versus his intelligence, because we cannot. What happens if we get a cable news anchor? Actually, what if we seduced a cable news anchor and get them to spread liberalism here? That's interesting. We're going to talk about pollution. Ooh, regular show isn't half this good. Oh. Entertaining. Listen to it. We might yet escape. Yeah, no attack. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was like telling me my thing wasn't that good. Yeah, if we pass another cable news anchor, I might try a little seduction, which might be tricky. They're already alarmed. You know what's probably dumb. Sneak. But maybe on our next time in. And leave them as a sleeper. Let's do this again. Manhattan. Leave them as sleeper and try to spread liberalism. I don't know exactly. Okay, I skipped there accidentally quickly, but I was worried that you missed something. Loot. Okay. Not for the money. I'm looking for the secrets, which is something your sleepers can do. You can put them on a job to find secrets. Camera operators, nah. Corporate manager, no. Loot that. No. Conservative panic. Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. All right, let's do the news broadcast. Talk about corporations. Regular shows don't have this good. We can escape. Although we might hit the alarm state. Can I even seduce people while I'm packing all these weapons and stuff? Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe they'll be impressed by my big gun. Security guard, sneak, and get out. Okay. And we'll check the impact. Yeah, that's really, really good. Plus 10%. I think the swing on the cable news is probably bigger because they were more conservative. I feel like probably the closer... Oh, there's another one to read. I guess this one we didn't actually read that one. There it is. Yeah. Okay, I want to do the same thing because I got it in my head. The idea of maybe going and doing a seduction. I wonder what the Intelligence HQ, what kind of shenanigans we can do there. We're going to have to go and check out more of these sites. But I do like the idea of doing this. And yeah, if we can find... And I mean, maybe it doesn't matter what kind of sleeper we get. Although presumably the news personalities probably have more charisma. And they could do certain things for us very well. Just going to go pick that up. No, just microphone. None of you guys. Yeah, still just looking for some secret docs. Security guard, no. Fade into shadows. Oh, I didn't actually double check there, but luckily that wasn't the news anchor. Tablet. Ah, cable news memos. There we go. Lovely. So we know at least we've got another one for the next month. Conservative panic. Loot. Okay. Broadcast. Escape. Yan Itor. Actually, with the alarmed, I think we can't accidentally skip past a corporate manager because they'll be flagged red. We'll have to intentionally give it a sneak so I can go faster here. But it didn't happen. All right, strike some more. The Post. Please support our Pulitzer Prize winning journalism. And then, yeah, this continues to be excellent. Big news, big swing on the cable news. That was over here, right? Yeah, 83% do not trust conservative cable news. Nice. Okay, military spending being too high. Want the conservative crime squad brought to justice. That's interesting. I don't think they're operating. I guess we could double check. Like, if I went back to Seattle, downtown... Yeah, potential safe house. It doesn't say CCS safe house. So I don't think they're active again. I think they can come back. I think it's possible to eradicate them for good. I'm not sure. All right. Next episode. I think what we're going to do, I don't think we're going to do the nuke thing yet because I probably want to grind out some more computer skill. But I'm curious about hitting the Intelligence HQ, which I'm sure is going to be heckin' risky. But I'm curious as to what the deal is. That might be another place that'd be useful to have a sleeper agent. Both for like info, both for maybe spreading liberalism, but honestly, maybe just for like, it might help with a warning about sieges, just like the police do. So I realize, I wonder if the knowing that the siege is going to happen, probably you need a sleeper agent in this city's police station, which I'm only just now realizing might be a big thing to consider. I don't think I need to hit anything over here. The nuclear power plant is definitely a possibility. Yeah. But we'll put a cut in here. I think the corporate HQ next time, and then, I mean, I might be wrong. I think this is just something I feel like I remember when I was getting ready to do the Let's Play. I feel like I saw something on a Reddit post or something like that talking about science and pushing the big red button in the nuclear power plant. Oh, there's no next level on a juice here, so I'm thinking 1,000 is our actual juice cap. Wow, I can go all the way up to 21 in seduction. That's crazy. That's really crazy. And our charisma's back up to a 10, which is as high as it gets, but because of our half teeth, it still got a huge penalty there. That definitely did hurt. It's funny that the seduction doesn't need charisma, just needs a lot of heart, which is going to be good for us because maybe we can get a few more points there. And I'm still curious about seducing the president. And I am wondering if that's like a one-person job, or we kidnap, or we pew pew and do things. That's also a possibility. But I really want to try to see if seducing the president is even an option. And I don't know that pew-pewing would change anything. In fact, it might make things much worse for us politically, which is why I want to try seducing first. But yeah, I mean, we're burning through money very quickly, but we know we can just go to another city and rob another bank there. And, I mean, we'd have to set up the seduction first, or we do the kidnap, like, or, not kidnap, but take hostage a bank manager. We have to wander around a few times until we find the bank manager and then go ahead and just hostage them and then go through, which would be a lot faster than the seduction stuff. The advantage of doing it the way we were doing it is that we can go into the bank just on pure like disguise mode, walk around doing that. Whereas if we're going to actually raid, we probably want to go and be in body armor. And then if we're wandering around until we find the bank manager, we're going to have to pass a lot of stealth checks to do it. But it might work out to the same and it might be fine. Honestly, what do I need more money for? That's a good question. What do I need more money for? I know that we can, there's the anti-aircraft guns on the roof. Probably at some point that's going to become relevant, but I don't think yet. All right, folks, thanks for watching another episode. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.